All right. We're the Pacific People. Thank you so much for having us.
Take it away.
Mom, we're home.
What's for dinner?
Maybe call the lawyers. Maybe sell them books. Don't you know I'm trading all my pawns for us? Playing Mississippi Sawyer on my old grandma's fiddle. Don't you know I'm trading all my rhymes for riddles? Out with the old and in with the new. Needing my life to change because of people like you. Brother Leonard in the county jail kinda lost the sense of worth. Think it's time to move on in the place of my birth. Got myself a rosary, don't like the way it feels. Think it's time to move on where I don't have to kneel. Out with the old and in with the new. Needing my life to change because of people like you. Started cleaning the oceans and got so full of debris. Why can't we be good to the fishes in the sea? Started reading the paper, man, this country's gone to shit. Started reading the funnies, was the headlines, that was it. That was it. Out with the old and in with the new. Needing my life to change because of people like you. Out with the old and in with the new. Needing my life to change because of people like you. Thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you guys. My name is Vince. This is my co-host,
Aaron Redfire.
and today we're doing another Gallatin Underground show with Pacific People. And we'll start off with introductions around the band, starting with...
Hi, my name is Quinn Krause, and we're the Pacific People. I just want to say thank you so much for having us out, and we're so excited to be playing here.
Hell yeah.
And I'm Karis Omohundro. I'm the cello player in this band.
I'm Colin Wright, and I'm on various keys tonight.
Excellent.
I'm Brad Burns, and I'm on drums back here.
I'm Gabby Rizzo, and I'm on electric guitar, and I attempt to play the mandolin.
Nice.
My name is Matt Hickey on the banjo.
All right.
Cool. Well, you guys want to talk about your instruments a little bit? and what you're playing and then how you picked up that instrument.
Yeah. So I'm playing a Gibson J185. I picked up at Music Villa, like a lot of Bozemanites. It was the most expensive guitar I could afford, based on my credit score. So it was a pretty adult move. I was able to finance something, whatever that meant to me at the time. And I got a Gretsch, Hollow Body Gretsch back here, too, that picked up secondhand, and love these guitars.
Awesome.
This cello is from Stringworks Instruments, and it is a Maestro model. I started playing cello about 12 years ago now. Actually, I picked it because I thought it would be the easiest instrument possible. And that was wrong, but I'm glad I picked it.
You make it look easy.
Thank you.
I am here on the Yamaha XF6 keyboard. This is like a performance music production synth, and it is way beyond my skill level as far as music tech goes. But it was a grad present from my parents from high school. I got about 4 years ago. Still learning how to use it, still loving using it. And then here I have the Hohner Performer 37 melodica.
Awesome.
This is about the cheapest melodica on the market, and maybe one of the only melodicas on the market.
Nice. I'm back here on a $300 Pearl drum set that we picked off Facebook Marketplace. So nothing fancy, you can make it work. I've been playing drums since, like middle school, sometime in that realm. I was like a jazz drummer in high school, and I played piano for like 6 years before that, but mostly can't read music now. That's a joke. But I just play drums and keep these guys in time when I can.
We keep you in time.
Alrighty, and this is kind of my baby. This is my Fender Stratocaster American Special. It's got that 1970s headstock too, and yeah, I actually got it. It's my first kind of self-bought guitar. I grew up playing my dad's like PRSs and stuff, but bought this thing with all my graduation money from high school. So I didn't tell. Yeah, hopefully my mom's not watching. Yeah, no, this thing is great. It's definitely, gets played a lot in various different little groups, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, this is an area banjo from the 1970s, Japanese built. It's not quite the Pro 2 because it only has one coordinator rod for the banjo guys out there. But it's the banjo that I've got. I've been playing it for probably 10 years now, a little while. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys got for us next?
Little tune we wrote. This is so our last song is the first song off our album. Mom, We're Home, What's for Dinner? Kind of a band inside joke from a trip we all took to Idaho. But this next song, Pulpit Rock, it's about me missing home.
Cool.
It's time to go find out who it is you are. Pack your bags, say goodbye, and load the car. Maybe you're not sure what it is you want. Goodbye for now. We'll meet again somehow. And do you remember when we'd climb Pulpit Rock? And in the dark we would hike to the top. And dreaming we talked to times gone. But what I wouldn't give to be back with you. See the sun go down in to see the city lights. I've never felt the same way as I did at those heights. Smoked and drank till our eyes fixed on neon lamps. But what I wouldn't give to be back in gold camp. See the sun go down in an unfamiliar town. Feel something more when you think about your life before. You want to go back to the time's frozen Kodak. And I'm still right here, even though I'm not near. I'm still right here. See the sun go down in an unfamiliar town. Feel something more when you think about your life before. You want to go back to time's frozen Kodak. I'm still right here, even though I'm not near. I'm still right here. And it's time to go find out who it is you are. Pack your bags, say goodbye, and load the car. And maybe you're not sure what it is you want. Goodbye for now. We'll meet again somehow.
Thank you very much.
It's a very beautiful song.
Thank you.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
I
It's very pretty.
So Karis has that cello solo, and I like every single time it's like chills up and down my body.
Thank you.
Nails it every time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's a very beautiful song. I don't know how to really go up to it. I guess I really feel like a sense of like of being alone and longing and home. I don't know why that stands out to me. I have no idea what the song's about. But what is the song about, I guess?
Pretty much exactly what you said. My second year after moving to Bozeman, like February of 2020, the pandemic was like just a couple weeks away. We didn't know what it was yet, but the people I grew up with, I hadn't seen for like a year and a half or so, and so it hit me hard, and I kind of brain dumped a lot of those words out over the course of an evening and tried to make it into a song, and then it was like 17 minutes long. It's like, all right, we got to pare it down a little bit. Yeah, get the main points. But it's cool to that was our first original on Spotify, and it's honestly not like very good sounding, and it's like the marker of like what we were and like how much we've improved through the years. And so since releasing that originally, we've gained 3 members, and it's cool to watch the band evolve over
the
time.
progression of the band.
Yeah.
I gotta say, every time we play that song, I get a little more emotional about it because we've just grown more as a band, and eventually, especially now, we're kind of growing close to graduation. Most of us are graduating this semester and gonna kind of split and go our separate ways. So it's a little heart-wrenching every time we play it. Like just thinking about the good times we're in now.
That's the hard part about being in a band is, unless that is the end goal, and you're striving to be a band as a living, and everybody has that same mindset. I mean, starting a band, you pretty much go into it knowing it's a finite thing that will be a band for a handful of years, and at some point we're just not going to be a band anymore, and everybody has to accept that. It is heartbreaking. I'm going through the same thing right now, but it's kind of crazy to watch the progression and the music build, as you said, and see what it turns into. Just to leave it there on the shelf, if you would, it's too bad, but it's the way it happens sometimes. So
Hit the nail right in the head there, Vince.
So, how did you guys all meet? How did the band form?
Sure thing. Kind of just over social media. Like, there's a Facebook group for our class page or whatever at MSU, and I remember I saw a guy with a mandolin, and I was like, oh, he's going to be my pal. And that was Quinn.
Nice.
Over time, same with Matt. I saw a banjo, and I was like, yes, let's make a folk band. And I was just moving from Seattle, just getting into playing guitar. And through time, I was like, yeah, let's just do some coffee shop thing. And started out as just the 3 of us, Quinn, Matt, and I. And then over time, we just all met through school and various other, activities, and added 3 others. And it's just such a blast. So
that's cool.
Nice.
Over the culmination of many years, we met.
Yeah. The rest of us joined at a similar time. Well, Colin and I both joined right before COVID hit.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's a challenge.
We proceeded to join and then not perform for like a year and a half.
It was great for practicing because we got to practice without
Sure.
Yeah.
Songwriting.
the pressure of performance. Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of songwriting, how does that process work for you guys? Do you, Quinn, write most of the songs, or?
Well, on our album, actually, most people have included songs that they more or less individually wrote. Karis has the last song, and Matt has Lily, and Gabby has Rainier Fog, and I need Brad and Colin to come out with their hit singles next. And,
Working on them.
Yeah.
So pretty collective.
Very
it's
collective.
Not just your band. It's the band is the band.
Oh, it's. I don't think there's any one of us that is the dominant thing.
That'll lead into a question we have for later.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think you guys said you had a back-to-back for us next.
That's right.
Let's go ahead and hear that.
Speaking of individual written songs, this is Gabby's.
Cool. I won't pick on you too much there, Matt, but I always joke about, is there ever a band that the banjo player isn't tuning the whole time?
Not just bands. There's never a moment. It's not got a tune.
I had a banjo teacher who said the only way to keep a banjo in tune was by throwing it off a bridge.
Okay, enough with the banjo blasts here. We'll let you guys play your song.
get ahead, grabs friends and head for the hills. Walking underneath the trees, make friends with the birds and bees. Brought no food, get off hill. When the sun hides behind the moon, see the stars and sing a tune. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. Sunshine cedar, I wish you could see her. She don't have nothing to prove. Feel the breeze against your knees, let out a great big sneeze. We're learning life lessons on our own. When the sun hides behind the moon, see the stars and sing a tune. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. When the sun hides behind the moon, see the stars and sing a tune. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you. There ain't no one I love more than you.
Thank you.
That was awesome, you guys. That was so pretty.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys definitely write very, very pretty music.
Oh, thank you so much.
Trying not to cry over here.
Well, I had to wipe my eyes a little bit there, but
Oh. Yeah, that's we a lot of us live together, so we wind up jamming a lot, and I think it's behooved us. It's we just mesh really well, and that's like such a nice feeling.
I think that's probably a musician's ultimate goal, is to find the people that you mesh with, and like unspoken thoughts and unspoken feelings, and just being able to push and project without having to even say anything sometimes, or sometimes through a guitar riff or a banjo melody, or the way you guys harmonize with your vocals. I feel like the dynamics there are really well thought through. Nobody's trying to overcome somebody else. You're all trying to hit it all at the same spot. It's pretty neat.
It's been really cool to see that growth. I think I'm kind of the newest member of the band, and when I first came in, it's hard to be able to communicate non-verbally, through
Right.
your instrument and everything like that, and being able to see that growth to where we are now, being able to do things that we haven't even talked about beforehand. We just look at each other and then just it goes and it still works, and we kind of just like ride the wave together. It's been really cool to see that growth between everyone here. So
That's awesome.
I think going off that too, Quinn touched on this a little bit, but I think we're all really good friends outside of our music too, and I think that translates into our music very
That's
clearly.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys also mentioned that I believe everybody has some sort of a medical background, or that you guys are all basically going into school for some sort of medical field.
The majority of our group is.
Well, I don't know, because Colin, so the four of us, Karis, Quinn, Brad, and Gabby, would like to go to medical school, or is a nurse, is an actual nurse. Not even like to go to school, but is just an actual bona fide nurse. However, that doesn't exclude Matt, because his girlfriend also is like an ER tech and wants to go to medical school, and Colin's dad is also an ER physician, so nobody's exempt here from having it.
So if anyone wants to get hurt, like now's a good time, I guess, here in
Place
studio.
to do it.
Oh man, I'll just start inviting you guys to all the festivals we do. We really need some on-site EMTs.
Yeah.
That's funny. So is that interfere with your guys' music, just all the studying time and everything, or is it the other way around, that music is the release and a break from the study time?
I think we have a good balance, really good balance of it all. And somebody else.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like music probably interferes with studying more than the other way around, but I think it goes both ways.
Sure.
But I think, like Quinn said, we're pretty balanced. It's kind of hard to work with 6 people's schedules, but we do it like really well, and we're for the most part able to practice pretty consistently together, which is really nice.
How often would you guys say that you typically practice?
Depends on when the next gig is. Sometimes we'll go maybe a couple weeks or months, and that kind of stinks. But that's just life.
Sure.
And sometimes, much to some of the other roommates' dismay, we'll practice like multiple times a week. And then it's like, we got to ask permission from them,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, our practice space is on top one of the roommates' bedrooms.
Yeah,
it's,
I bet they love that.
She loves it. No.
Just can't wait for you guys to practice again.
She's the only one staying in our house, and we're all moving. So I'm sure she's like, I'm never letting any bands up there.
Like
No longer the music
Are
loft.
you a musician? X.
Yeah.
Any instrument at all? X.
Exactly.
Kazoo? X.
Spoons?
No spoons. Right out. We
That's
just
so
have
funny.
forks in this house.
Well, cool. What's the on the list next for us?
Probably going to be cooking it up. Maybe cooking for 2.
Betcha.
One, two, three, four. Cooking for 2 may be the only thing I get to do with you. Got a lot of money, but I'm cooking for 2. Rain's coming down, but he walks around. Can't afford no car. Walk real far to be cooking for 2. Worked a week away to get a night of playing, praying that tonight will go alright. They'll be cooking for 2. She's never gotten this right before. She's nervous she might break down. before. She's ready to play alone. Worked a week away to get an out and play, and praying that tonight will go alright. They'll be cooking for two. Can't read the label, all the money's on the table, and little Joe's playing on the radio. We'll be cooking for two. She's never gotten this right before. She's nervous she might break down. She's never seen him act this way before. She's ready to play alone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. So this is the part of the show where we make Erin make a fool of herself, because that's what we like to do.
Oh no! I lost the shoot.
We're cutting.
Oh no! No, got it.
Ah, dang it. I was trying to get pulling on you.
So, make sure you check out our YouTube channel if you're not watching it there already. And if you are watching it there already, you should hit the subscribe button and maybe the bell button so you can stay tuned with our stuff. You know, our GU show, our live streams, and our Hidden Gems, where we interview people who don't necessarily perform live, but create all sorts of art, like
Any sort of artist.
like visual
comedian,
artists,
poetry, you know.
we just had
do any-
Neil Falbetto,
Oh, yeah, we did, actually. Yes.
first poet on our show.
First poet on our show.
It was great.
Let's get our
Guys,
first
you-
comedian on the show. Who's out there? Come on.
Yeah,
There's funny
yeah.
people out there.
Head over to the GURadio.com for content from the artists on our show, our events calendar, and a submission form to get on the show. It'll say, get on our show, right at the top of the website. And that's how you find people can be part of this beautiful journey that we're all part of. Our web store is also up and running, so make sure you come to go grab some Gallatin Underground merch. We got hats, tees, hoodies, and more. And we are also offering sponsorships to businesses. If you like what we do, want to support us, have your business represented on the Gallatin Underground, just go to our website and click Become a Sponsor to see our different packages.
And thank you for everybody who does.
Thank you so much.
And now back to the band and our favorite question of the show.
Ooh, can I ask?
Oh, of course you can ask it, Aaron.
Ah, drum roll, please. Who is the diva of the band?
Brad.
Definitely, Brad.
Really?
Brad's the only one who's been on a reality TV show.
Oh, God.
Which reality TV show was it, Brad, if you don't mind me asking?
It's coming out in November.
Singles in Bozeman.
No.
Sorry. Desperate Singles of Bozeman.
Yes. No, it's a rock climbing TV show. It'll be coming out in November 3rd, I think, or something like that. I can't really talk about too much of it on podcast just because I have a non-disclosure agreement. But yes, I will
Dun,
be
dun,
on the TV show.
dun.
Exactly what a diva would say.
Thank you.
So, is that the only reason he's the diva, because he's been on a reality TV show?
I'm all ears, guys. I want to hear this.
I
Now's
mean,
your time to roast him openly.
You know, we're all such a petty crew that it's hard to choose.
That's the spirit.
Depends on the night who's the diva.
I'm sure it can go circles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think Matt is probably the least diva.
Yeah.
He's
Matt's
diva
the least
exempt.
Diva exempt.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a new term I haven't heard before.
I don't think we've heard that one yet. So as far as like albums, you guys mentioned you did have one album out there. Is that the only album?
That's the only album. we wrote most of those songs right when the pandemic started, and then the pandemic started, and I really, really, really liked the recording process, and I really wanted to record it all at home. It took me a really long time to get all the knowledge and the equipment to get it to happen, and so 2 years after most of those songs were written, and a lot of recording all in my bedroom,
Nice.
we made it, and it's on Spotify and Amazon and
Everywhere
I think
else.
everywhere. There's a whole website that takes care of the putting it out there. So yeah,
Sweet. That's really cool.
thank you.
Well, so you mentioned there's like a bunch of challenges with gear, of course, and the learning curve. What do you think was the most challenging for you guys as a whole?
Well, me personally, before Brad showed up to keep time, none of the songs, all the songs, I hate playing with metronomes, which is a huge flaw as a musician, as it turns out. The songs, they were hard to record because they were so loose. And so I think the biggest breakthrough was, when I started to play with a metronome, but then also Brad would lay down the first drum track along to a really rudimentary guitar track.
Sure.
And then you build off that. The songs turned out way better than how they were before.
Gotcha.
So adding a drummer, I think, was key for me. Yeah.
Well, and you mentioned, not playing to a metronome. I know exactly where you're coming from with my band, Liquid Colors. We ran through the whole... yeah, I know. We suck. But we ran through the same thing. We typically didn't write any of our songs with a metronome, and we do a lot of time signature changes and dumb stuff. But basically, what we had found out through our recording process is none of us can fucking keep time at all. Like, we all suck at it, like really bad. And that was a little bit of a challenge. Some of the songs we had written were, we thought were all in one tempo, right? Until you actually start playing it and you realize, oh, we actually slow down just a little bit here and here and here. Is that intentional, or do we just suck at what we're doing, right?
Totally.
And so I think it is a relative thing when you go into the recording process. Do you want your songs to be in time or not? Mm-hmm. And does that matter to you? Which sounds like it does to an extent with you guys.
Like you said, it depends on the song. Karis's song, Old Ways, the last song, was not recorded with a metronome. And, if you listen really hard, I think maybe there are some points that you can tell. But the flow of that song is, I think, way better than if it had been really rigid. So
right,
totally
right.
depends on what you're trying to write.
And I think that's a valid point, too, is, there are times that you do have to have these, hopefully I get my terminology right here, accelerandos and retardandos
You got it.
to actually fill the flow of the song,
Mm-hmm.
and it's without it is just a rigid. And are we all computers here?
I use Ableton, so I never figured out.
Hey, love
yeah.
Ableton.
Yeah, I love Ableton.
Shout out to Ableton.
Ableton is great if you play everything to a tempo, and if you don't, it gets a lot harder. But yeah,
Sure.
It all might depend on the software too. I don't know if any other things are any better for that kind of thing. Or not.
I know there's definitely a lot of softwares that allow for accelerandos, retardandos, time signature changes, etc., that make it a little bit more convenient with the tempo mapping of a song. I imagine Ableton probably has those features. They're probably just
you can set the tempo and the time signature and the automation.
Yeah, I imagine it's some sort of automated effect where you would start at a tempo, pick an ending tempo, and then you can probably even create a curve to whether you want it to be a straight linear or if you wanted to sweep or something of the sort. So I think those options are available. It's just a matter of figuring it out. And of course, that's always tricky when you're doing this for the very first time.
Yeah.
Learning curve.
Yeah, learning curve.
Yeah. Next album will be like all over the place. Just you wait. Now that I know I can do it, I'm not going to hold back.
I think
We just unleashed the beast.
I think along those lines, one thing that would have been a big challenge for our recording process and stuff, if it weren't for Quinn, would have been mixing all of it, because Quinn
sure.
pretty much did all of that by himself throughout. I don't even know how many hours, but maybe someone else here has a hidden talent of also being really good at that, but I don't. So I was glad that he was there to do it.
Yeah, that can be a challenge, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, it can be time consuming.
Totally.
So.
Yeah.
So you guys mentioned that you are ending as a band soon. What do you have a final date?
So we have the only other gig we have is our graduation party, which is kind of a private event for our like close friends and family.
Sure.
You might say that this is our last public event.
Wow. Well,
right here. So
what an honor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
thank you. I imagine that this will be kind of like a time capsule for us, or of sorts, looking back. I don't think we have any other. Yeah, exactly. Hi, me.
Hi, future self.
Yeah. We don't really have any videos or anything of us other than like the Spotify recordings, but nothing kind of natural in the moment.
Once we all retire, we're going to get back together. We have nothing else to do. Pacific people round 2, you know.
Yeah.
Except
We'll
you'll all
move-
be living in like Hawaii or Honduras or something.
We'll move back into our current house, but it'll cost $40 million by then.
Ooh, the housing market the way it's at. Try 50. Oh God,
So
it's
true.
so horrible what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what's your guys' next song?
I've been running a little bit. Oh. Sorry. How awkward. I tried to skip a song.
Been a long time since I held your hand. Well, I hope that I do it again. Been a long time since I seen your dad. Well, I hope they doing the bad. 'Cause I've been all around the world trying to find some peace of mind. I didn't have to go too far to realize what I've left behind. Been a long time since I seen you smile. Come on over and laugh with me a little while. Been a long time since I wrote it out. Well, I know what it'd be about. 'Cause I've been all around the world trying to find some peace of mind. I didn't have to go too far to realize what I left behind. Here we go. Here we go. 'Cause I've been all around the world trying to find some peace of mind. But I didn't have to go too far to realize what I left behind. Been a long time, but I won't wait no more. Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I think you guys said you have 2 or 3 left. Is that am I
We
reading it wrong?
have
Yeah, 3.
Three left. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So again, end of the band here. What do you think has been one of the most awesome experiences along the way as a band? Yeah, you guys can all say each what you thought was the best part of being in Pacific People.
I think something that was really cool was like when we were just getting started, we played at the filling station with Wind in the Willows, and it was just the three of us. And this year we went back and did it again, and we like doubled in size, and we kind of walked in like, are we even gonna fit up here? And that was kind of funny. I thought that was cool.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, kind of going on that filling station train. It was just incredible to kind of see that growth with us. As you said, kind of starting out as a trio, playing the filling station, kind of being 20 and not knowing what's going on, and then suddenly playing, I think we played 2 more shows at the filling station and selling out both times and just growing. And my parents even got to see us for the first time at Focus Draw with Wind in the Willows and MST. And yeah, it was really special, just seeing us grow and then kind of progressing into a full shebang. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think for me, every time we play together as a band, the best part is that we don't take it seriously. We just come in and we have a good time with it. And sometimes we sound like shit. Other times we sound really good. And luckily we've played these songs so many times together, and we know each other so well that we're starting to sound good no matter what. But I think that's just the best part. Going in and just having fun with it. It doesn't really matter how we sound. When we go perform, we just have fun. We're looking at each other. We're all smiling. That's what music is all about for me. Anyways, it's like skill and whatever is on the side. It's about having fun and having a good time with these guys. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely double down on everything said so far. Just being in practice and hanging out and getting to know these people has been amazing. And nailing a performance is a pretty unbelievable experience until you've done it with a small band like this. Last time we played the filling station rocked. But I have to say, the best, most satisfying part about being in this band was we cover Old Number 7. By, is that Oldcrum? No.
No,
It's Devil Makes 3. Devil Makes 3, cover Old Number 7, and forever we were working on this stop time measure where, between choruses, we all are completely silent, and it was time after time one person would play. As soon as we get that one measure of silence and then rock back into it, going really hard, that unbeatable feeling right there.
Yeah.
Maybe best moment of my life.
Honestly.
That's awesome. I'm also not going to be very creative with my answers because what everyone has said has been so well put. I love just practicing with these guys because it is so fun. I think I spend 80% of practice just laughing, which is just the most fun thing to do, a couple of times a week or however often. And then the other thing that I have really loved has been at our filling station shows, watching people dance in the crowd to your music.
Yes.
I mean, that is just the coolest thing, because it's just a way to visibly see the connection that you're making with them. Mm-hmm. And that I definitely think has been for me one of the most fulfilling moments.
Man, these are all my best friends, and I don't think I have anything else I could add on top of just being so grateful that I have got to spend the past 4 years with them.
Aww.
Heart emojis everywhere.
I would like to change my answer. Actually, it's when Colin pulls out the accordion.
Yeah.
Ooh. Top note.
You should
Or
have
the
seen.
little blow piano.
Oh yeah.
As some people
go
call
wild
it.
for the blow piano. Last time at the filling station, I was he was pulling out his melodica, and I said, "Show it to the crowd," and he held it up, and everyone went.
I've never made so many people collapse in my life.
Yeah, just by looking at this thing. Nobody knew what it was, but it was so exciting.
That show was pretty wild. I think to this day that may possibly be the most tracks that I had ran for one show.
Yeah, Vince, you did an awesome job with that. That was not only, I'm sure it sounded great out there, but it always makes such a huge difference when you have an experienced guy behind the console, able to do the monitors and everything. It makes a huge difference. It's happened 2 times in my entire life, and it's been like a religious experience each time.
Well, that's encouraging to hear. I'm glad it wasn't a negative experience. I might have crushed tonight, but
It's all good.
So, do you guys want to do another back-to-back?
We have an instrument swap. in
Oh,
the
okay,
middle, if that's okay.
well, let's
or we could do Lily now, and then the last two back to back.
Let's do it.
I have to retune.
That's okay. We'll just
Sorry,
talk a little
Vance.
bit in between. Let's hear another song, and
No more
we'll talk a little bit more.
back-to-back.
No more back-to-back.
Sorry.
Nice try.
Dang it.
I'll keep this one short.
That's okay.
Take it away.
Every morning I look at my window to see your car still gone. Some days I can't figure out why I'm still hanging on. When you left I tore up the letter you wrote to break it off. Now I'm screaming down the road, tearing my hair up 'cause I can't dig it no more. And I'll keep running to Wichita 'cause Daddy said to break my jaw. It's too late to turn back now. And I'll keep running to Arkansas where at least there ain't no law. And I can't keep running when I got nothing to keep me running from. Say I'll settle down in old Georgetown and I hope I don't see you around. Where the ghost of my love's blown my cover, think it's time to move on. Did you look at the old South 40 or some other rundown bar? But it didn't really matter 'cause I went scattered, had gone pretty far. Now keep running to Wichita 'cause your daddy said to break my jaw. It's too late to turn back now. Now keep running to Arkansas where at least there ain't no law. And I can't keep running when I got nothing to keep me running from. Made it St. Paper, middle late May, no idea from which way. It's hard to know when or where to go, so moved on to Galveston Bay. Texas was dragged, so packed up my bags and walked on down the road. This life I'm living can be unforgiving, good Lord, spare me this load. Now keep running to Wichita 'cause your dad said to break my jaw. It's too late to turn back now. Now keep running to Arkansas where at least there ain't no law. And I can't keep running when I got nothing to keep me running from. I can't keep running when I got nothing to keep me running from. I can't keep running when I got nothing to keep me running from. Thank you very much. Want to do Lily?
That's great. So, while you guys are switching instruments and stuff, who are some of your guys' inspirations?
I have a good answer to that because I was hoping you'd ask that because I'm just excited about them and I want to talk about them.
Do it.
I am just beyond obsessed with Watch House, formerly Mandolin Orange. I just love them so much, and I feel like there are other groups that I also love very, very much, but I feel like in my playing within this group, that band has been very influential to me, and I feel like I've learned a lot by listening to the way they harmonize and the way they do their musical fill or instrumental fills and just lots of things. I think they're fabulous.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Quinn, do you mind if I interrupt you just for a second?
Absolutely.
Is that kick pedal touching the drum?
It's like a millimeter.
Let's just pull it back just there. Perfect.
Sorry.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other influences that they wanna
I know a
talk
big
about?
one for this band, at least, is most, if not all of us, are Avett Brothers fans, and it's something I really grew up on, and I think I can hear a lot of their harmonies kind of coming through in our vocals.
Cool.
Yeah, a little bit of like Nickel Creek Punch Brothers. We like a little. We listen to all of us listen to them too. So you know, it inevitably comes through.
Definitely like the fingerstyle stuff. Everybody always jokes all I listen to is Hosier. I just love just kind of his activism, but also just his very unique playing style. And when it comes to the folk realm, I think that's one of my biggest influences. And as well, Jimi Hendrix, for the fun pop and stuff. But I don't know, something about Hosier, it's so minimalistic, but so wholesome. And as I said, meaningful when it comes to activism as well. So pretty incredible stuff.
It's also funny how diverse all of our music tastes are. Like, we play a lot of folk and get a lot of inspirations from folk and alternative, but we are just kind of all over the board is what we're into. I don't think a practice goes by where these guys don't code a Nine Inch Nails song.
Yeah, to go off that, I think, Karis, you're like classically trained in cello, right?
Yeah.
You played, and same with you, Colin, on piano?
Yeah, more or less.
And then Quinn, and Matt are kind of like folky style stuff, and then Gabby plays in like some rock bands outside
Totally
of this, like Mountain
psychedelic.
Standard Time and stuff too.
Psychedelic
So, and then I have like jazz background, I guess. So all of us are coming from like such different things, and then make this kind of unique sound, I guess, somewhat unique.
I think that's one of like the benefits of being a diverse musician is, to take a little bit from everything and kind of put it into something that's yourself. It's really cool.
So true.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even singing it. I don't know why I'm adjusting this. I don't even sing in this song.
I do.
Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of bands, I wrote this song after I saw Circus Number 9 in Portland, and I thought it was really cool. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Ducked into the chapel, keeping eyes out for the sound. Shook my head for your rain as Mayflowers drowned. And up there on the wall, I saw your name, but not your face. Knew it was the last thing my mind would erase. Lily, I hope I see you around. I stumble from the church, I'm feeling souls atop stems. Fir trees and cedars reaching out their limbs. Got space in my garden, too many holes to fill. And I'm looking for a drop to give my daffodils. Lily, I'll meet you on the glen. Consider the lily, the whiskey jacks are playing tricks on me. Consider the lilies that grow along the fallen trees. Kicking through the water across a great salt lake. Thought that I was learning, but nothing would take. Too far past the hour where the air's run dry. Not a drop in sight, but I thought I would try. Lily, you felt my heart break. It's snowing hard on Soda Butte, but at least I'm moving on. If I'd known about the snowstorm, wouldn't have stayed so long. If I could leap across the canyon, I might find a little rain. But I haven't got the strength, and you're no sandhill crane. Lily, I guess we're just headstrong. Consider the lily, the whiskey jacks are playing tricks on me. Well, consider the lilies that grow along the fallen trees. Back inside the chapel, still got eyes out for the sound. Mayflowers come and gone, but I know where they'll be found. Up there on the wall, on the stained glass by your name. It hasn't left my head, and I'm wondering who's to blame. Lily, I hope I see you around.
perfect take.
Awesome, guys. Well, this is the part of the show where we like to let you guys say any thank yous and goodbyes. Shout outs to anybody that's helped you along the way. Friends, family members, venues, whoever, right? But first, I would like to give you guys a special thank you for letting this be your guys' last show. That's such an honor. So thank you personally.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here and was so stoked to get to come. And I could probably speak for all of us in just saying, like, thank you so much for letting us come. I already said that, but it can't be. One thing that's not said enough is thank you. So thank you. And we were so stoked to be here. And for all the viewers out there, Vince and Aaron are doing an awesome job and just making music fun. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, me? I guess, I would like to say the same thing. I was feeling like kind of emotional as we've been playing some of our songs because it is kind of our last more formal hurrah as a group. And you guys have been so kind and helpful, and I love the exploratory nature of your podcast. I love hearing the questions that you wouldn't always get answered from artists or musicians or whoever. So
Well, that's awesome. Thank you.
yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, I'll second the thanks to you guys. Again, can't say thanks enough. Also, just love to shout out my parents and anybody here that supported us learning music and anybody out there living music. My parents forced me to take piano lessons when I was a kid, to my chagrin, but so glad I stuck with it because this has been one of the most fulfilling experiences. Also, shout out to our aforementioned roommate that lives underneath our studio.
Yes, shout out to her.
She put up with a lot.
Yeah, similar to Colin, thank you guys for having us on. Like, seriously, this is awesome. Nice little place. Thank you to, as also Colin mentioned, everyone that taught all of us music and stuff like that. And thank you to you guys, too, for getting this together. This has been awesome for the past 4 years. And we got one more little gig, so I'm psyched for that. But this is going to be kind of sad. Should have saved Pulpit Rock for the last song today. Because that song's
true.
just
I don't know if I
sad.
could have handled that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But, thank you guys again for having us on.
You're welcome.
And once again, reiterating, you guys hear me okay? Thank you all just so much for having us. Just incredible to have such, passionate musicians in this Bozeman community. And yes, I would love to thank just this whole band too, just for, sticking with me for all these years. And it's been so great to see us grow and kind of compose each other's own music and collaborate and just amazing things. And I as well getting a little bit emotional here. Oh my gosh, don't mind me. But yes, I'd also love to thank, obviously, as well my parents and especially as well my dad. He's the one that kind of got me into guitar when I was in high school, and without his guidance and passion and everything, wouldn't be here today with you guys. And just always so stoked to be here. So thank you all so much. Yeah.
Thanks to everybody, and everybody running shows, running the sound like you guys, coiling cables for us. That's huge help when we've been playing shows out and making us sound good. That we really appreciate that. As well as thank you to my Frisbee team, because I have heard some of my teammates pass it on to their dads, and it sounds like the Frisbee dads like our sound. So just want to give a quick booyah. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
One more shout out. Quinn Krause recorded and mixed our whole album in his bedroom, and he worked his butt off to get us here today. So thanks, Quinn.
Thanks,
awesome.
guys. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Oh yeah, I also didn't say thank you to my family and my teachers, but they're definitely what got me here.
I know they felt it.
Yeah, they felt it.
Cool.
We only have We have one song left, and it's not just about my grandpa, but several grandpas, as a matter of fact. Great grandparents that fought in World War II when they were younger than I am now. And this song was written, the first verse and chorus were written 10 years ago when my uncle was in a band in Nashville. And the song went kind of unfinished, and so I picked it up and finished it. And then at the same time I kind of finished it, my uncle sent me a recording of his finished version. So I was like, oh, now there's 2 different versions of, like, they both start in the same place and end totally different. And so I don't think there's very many songs like that. And so I really like that because of this. And yeah.
Cool. That's a neat story.
Yeah. Thank you.
Last tuning break, I promise.
I wouldn't expect any less from the banjo player. Trust me, I'd much rather have you take the time to tune it than have to bear with it otherwise.
Before I went to war, I drove all night in a stolen car to bring a diamond ring to the prettiest girl of Muscatine. Oh. Letters by my heart, with a map I took through Italy, back to her waiting arms. Soon we were a family. Oh. Talk me down, 'cause I feel like jumping that southern wind is a good Lord coming. I've been a man, I tried to stand for something, but in the end, it's just the end. After the kids moved on, moved into my parents' farm, I helped Dad tend the lawn. Mom looks older, but acts just as young. Oh. And after the hospital, moved into the old folks' home. I'm happy to see her smile. She'd remember me in the morning. Oh. Talk me down, 'cause I feel like jumping that southern wind's a good Lord coming. I've been a man, I tried to stand for something, but in the end, it's just the end. Talk me down, 'cause I feel like jumping that southern wind is a good Lord coming. I've been a man, I try to stand for something, but in the end, it's just the end. After the funeral, they ask me where I wanna go. Talk me down, 'cause I feel like jumping that southern wind is a good Lord coming. I've been a man, I tried to stand for something, but in the end, it's just the end. Talk me down, 'cause I feel like jumping that southern wind is a good Lord coming. I've been a man, I tried to stand for something, but in the end, it's just the end. Talk me down, 'cause I feel like jumping that southern wind is a good Lord coming. I've been a man, I tried to stand for something, but in the end, it's just the end. In the end, it's just the end. In the end, it's just the end.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. thank you guys. And if you were just tuning in, this is the Pacific People. You catch all of our shows on our YouTube channel, the Gallatin Underground. Make sure to subscribe. And until the next time, know your scene. Thank you and good night. All right, we're good.
I love your guys' outro.
Thanks.